And of course, we are back here with another video. So it is the second week of August 2022. So we're going to be checking out the charts of interest for the week of the 8th of August 2022. So guys, remember to like, share, subscribe on our channel, and also click there to ring button so that when you upload a new video you get it first hand. So like, share, comment, and subscribe, and remember that these videos are mainly for educational purposes, not trading or investment advice. So on the menu here today, it's a little bit longer because the US 10-year yields, the German 10-year yields. I don't know why I write German, but it's the German 10-year yields, and then the US dollar index, and the Nasdaq, the S&P. I'm going to check out gold, euro dollar, GBPUSD, and then USDZAR. And then the JSE side, we're going to look at MEDICLINIC, LABAT, and then MC mining. So let's jump on it. So guys, technically everybody wants Bitcoin to go up now. So it's been there's been a lot of news around Bitcoin, and also there's a huge story that happened this week that BlackRock formed a partnership with one of the largest crypto exchanges in the US, which is Coinbase. So Coinbase has the largest clientele there in the US, and so they also formed an alliance there when it comes to buying Bitcoin. So not Coinbase, BlackRock has roughly about 10 trillion assets under management. So imagine how those institutional investors get exposure to cryptoness. So there's a bit of a big story, but nothing much happened there on the crypto side. So I still see Bitcoin falling lower to the 17 to below that 17,000 level that we spoke about, maybe to 12,300. So if we're looking at the 10-year yields, so it's the US 10Y. The reason why we are looking at 10-year yields now, it's because something happened this past week that the Speaker of the House in the United States went to visit Taiwan. So bonds were starting to move lower, but when those news started to happen, something happened in the US dollar, and then the 10-year yield started to move higher. So we might see that the 10-year yields, it's like this thing was staged, because there's an FTR Kang ladies right here, and then when Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, and then the 10-year yields bounce off this level. So it's like the market was timed that something huge needs to happen before the 10-year yields recover. So the markets will try maybe to recover to 3%, and then go to 3.6% up, and then to 4%. So that will pressure the Fed to actually increase interest rates on their next meeting this coming week. So if we're looking at the German yields, so we cannot just speak about the US yields. Also the German yields, they did almost the very same thing. So I always say to people that technicals, they actually speak volumes rather than what happens in the fundamental world. Called, look at this again, there's this FTR Kang ladies right here, and the bond yields have been falling, and then the markets actually bounced off this FTR candle after those news that Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan. So there was fear that maybe the Chinese government might shoot down that plane. So the bond yields actually bounce off this level. So we might see a higher yields this coming week. They didn't bounce on the previous week where where the Eurozone actually increased interest rates, but it actually happened when Nancy Pelosi visited um, Taiwan. So it's like the market was timed in it. So we better be careful about this thing. So after the German 10-year yields, let us look at the dollar index now. So which is a DXY. So pretty much a rough turnaround there on the dollar as well. So the dollar itself, we've seen that it did touch a high of about $109 dollars there, and then again what actually happened was the market turned around at this level right here, and then the dollar started to move higher. So if the US dollar starts to move higher, maybe it can reach a high of 113. So this will cause a problem for stocks, because on the previous videos we have been anticipating that the market is actually trying to recover, but what actually happened in the last two trading sessions now. So this is the weekly charts. We were saying that the structure here is actually telling us that the market is trying to recover, but now we've seen that there's a barrier here at the 13 at the what at the 13,500 level, which resulted at the market pulling back lower on the NFP number. It came out on Friday, the 7th. So this barrier right here, it's a win or lose situation, that the market is going to move lower from here, or maybe it may try to break this level right here. So since bond yields are rising and the US dollar is trying to picking up steam, we might actually see another market sell-off in the next coming weeks again. So if we're looking at the SPX USD, so the SPX again, we did say that before the break off of this trend line, that the extension might come to this level. The S&P might trade above the 4,000 level, and then it has been trading at 4,167. Now it is the period. So if the S&P can trade above 4,200, maybe the market might actually try to recover, but this level is actually a barrier, so we might actually see the market actually pulling back lower in the next coming days or coming weeks. So after we look at the S&P, let us looking at the German index, which is the DE30. So the German index, in line with what is happening there on the bond side. So there's a barrier right that is right here. So the barrier that is right here is telling us that the DAX might actually move lower, and then maybe if it comes to this level, it can maybe try to rebound and go higher. That will actually tell us what maybe if we look at euro dollar, because euro dollar will maybe give us a direction what will happen actually on the German index. So let's check out euro USD. So the story of euro dollar, it's really a two-way dimension right here. So euro dollar needs to break this level, which is a 102.35 level. That is right here, so it can recover to 1.0503. But if it doesn't break that level, we might see euro dollar going lower, even going to the parity level that it touched a couple of days ago, perhaps around July 14th. So if euro dollar doesn't break above the 102.35 level, euro dollar might actually break lower back to the parity level. So in line with what I said with the German DAX needs to break that level so it can go higher. If it doesn't, it will pull back lower. So the story of GBP USD almost similar with what we just said just now, because GBP USD here on the daily charts, I've been having like some hope that GBP USD will move higher, because there's this head and shoulder pattern that I'm seeing right here, which is bullish, which is a bullish pattern for GBP USD. So it is also a make a break level that if it doesn't bounce from this candle right here to move lower and break this upper band of this channel and then come retest it, GBP USD needs to move higher. But if it doesn't, if it starts trading below this level right here at the 1.95 the 1.951 level, GBP USD will start to go lower to the lower band of the channel. So it's everything now is really in a two-way situation, because depending on how inflation is going and depending on how central banks around the world are going to act on the inflation story, and depending on how China as well is putting pressure there in Taiwan, and also not forgetting that Putin is still inside there in the Ukraine. So there's just a lot of moving parts in the markets. A lot of pieces are scattered around, so one needs to find the dead right one markets that they need to trade and understand so they can make money. So the next one that you need to look at is gold. So the story of gold, if we look at gold in the weekly charts, our previous analysis on gold, we did say that yes, gold is going to fall, and then it did exactly that, but now it bounced off this level, right? And now it's trading at this level. This level was previously support, and then it was broken. Now this level is flipped to a resistance level. So gold is bouncing off this level. I'm anticipating that on the weekly chart, gold is being rejected here, and then it might go even lower to 1,568 an ounce, even as low as 1,476 there an ounce. So if we're looking at our own USDZAR, USDZAR, quite a painful turnaround that we saw. ZAR has been strong since Governor Kganyago announced the higher interest rate, 75 basis points, but fundamentals globally in geopolitics actually turned the thing around. So actually what happened technically, if we look at this thing technically, this was a resistance level, and then it got broken. So now this resistance level is became support, and then the market is testing this resistance level. So support so the resistance flipped, and then it became support. So USDZAR is going back to those 1750 levels, and it might actually be scary and then move to 1909 level. So that's the scariest thing that I'm seeing, also with the things that are surrounding the president with our country. And if there might be another if there might be another social unrest in our country, this will just push USDZAR and the rand even weaker there. So 1750 is on the cards, even as high as 19 rand. So USDZAR, the rand is really fragile at this point, because there's just a lot of things happening here in South Africa alone at this time in respect with what's happening globally there. So if we look at our JSE side, you said we're going to look at, I think it was MEDICLINIC. Okay, let's look at MEDICLINIC. So Mediclinic, I think it has been one of the rock stars of the JSE this year. Everything has been going down, but Mediclinic managed to go higher. I think on the top 40 stocks, Mediclinic is one of the 10 performing best stocks here. So I think I still see Mediclinic going higher to its previous high there. It's 117 rand there a share. So the next one we said we're going to look at was LABAT and then MC Mining. Here on LABAT, I really don't have many words here on this share, because we've been promised that LABAT is growing cannabis, and then LABAT is not growing cannabis, and then it is just slightly going down. So I think what's going to happen on LABAT, it needs a miracle. It needs a serious miracle so that it can blast off from this lowness. So those that are holding this share, they should just hold on to it. Maybe they will post some positive results, maybe on their next earnings, or some good news or a major. They will announce maybe measuring or a buyout from another company. So they just need a miracle so that they can bounce off this 1 cent and then maybe go to 30 cents their share. So it will take a lot there. So the last one is MCZ, which is MC Mining. So the story of MCZ, when we look at the daily charts here, so okay, let us pull this thing a bit higher. So MCZ blasted off higher in July. It blasted off higher in July, but now we are seeing that it's retreating from those highs, going lower. So we might actually see maybe MCZ coming back to this level to find more buyers, and then it can actually go higher again. So guys, that's pretty much it on the charts of interest for this week. So remember to like, share and subscribe on our YouTube channel. So you can also join our private and premium channel. There we have Gaily Stocks, which is 550. The Gentleman's Club is 550. For both forex and shares, it's 850. These are just once off fees, guys. Remember that these videos are mainly for educational purposes, not trading or investment advice. So guys, thank you. I will definitely see you on the next video. So thank you and goodbye.